Assalamualaikum everyone, you are watching Software Buddy. I hope that you all will be fine. So today let's learn matrices in the R programming language. So you must have seen the matrices in the mathematics and it looked like something like this. For example, this is a matrix and the order of this matrix is 2 cross 3, which means it has 2 rows and 3 columns. So in programming, matrix is just a 2D array which has m number of rows and n number of columns. And we can also say that a matrix is a combination of 2 or more vectors. So this is a vector, this one is second one, and this is the third one. So we can say that a matrix is a combination of 2 or more vectors with the same data type. So matrix is just a collection of data elements that are arranged in a 2D rectangular layout like this. And same as the vector, the components in a matrix must be of same basic data type. So what were those basic data types? We have learned that they are numeric, character and logical. So there is one important point, and that is in R programming, it is possible to create more dimensional arrays than 2D arrays. Now let's learn what is the syntax of a matrix. How we will create a matrix. So to create a matrix, let's say I have created a variable u, and to create a matrix we have keyword matrix. So this is our keyword, then the round brackets and then the values inside of it. So let's say I wanna create a matrix, and for that let's say I assign a range of values to it, for example from 6 to 16, comma, then we will define the number of rows and the columns. For that we have a variable called as n row and n columns. So let's say we define 4 rows and 3 columns. Then we have another variable which is not necessary to use. That variable you can also just end the round brackets here. Let's also define that parameter which is by row, and the default value of it is false, but we can make it as true. So what is the purpose of this parameter, and what happens when the by row value is false, and what does it means? It means that when the matrix will be created, let's say this is a matrix which is actually the output of this whole example, the values in the matrix will be filled by the column. So what do we mean by column? It means that the first value, which is 6, will be written here, then the remaining value will be filled by the column. So the next value will be 7, it will be written in the column and filled by the column from top to bottom. This will be the output of the above example. Let's say the value of by row is true. Then what will happen? Let's see that. The matrix will look like something like this. So you can see that it has been filled by the row. First row will be filled first, then the second row, and so on. So that's how we declare and create a matrix. So now let's see other operations of the matrices. Let's say I have created this matrix and I want to access some particular values in my matrix. Imagine the matrix, for example, let me draw for you. It has 4 rows and 3 columns. This is the general pattern of the matrix. Let's say I want to access the particular value which is present over here. So this particular value is present on the third row and second column. So how will I access this value? To access it, we write u, then square brackets, as the row is third, so write third, comma, and the column is second, so write 2. So in this way I can access any particular value from a matrix. This syntax is just like a 2D array. So if you wanna print or access an entire column or row, so let's have a look at it. So what I will do that is write the name of the matrix, which is U, then square brackets so as it is the second column. So leave the space empty for the row, comma 2, which is the column number. So this will be going to print the entire column. So now let's say I want to extract the third row of the matrix. For that I will write U square brackets 3, which is the row number, comma, and leave the space empty for the column. This will access the entire third row of the matrix. I can also make combinations as well. So let's say make some combinations. So write U square brackets, and also remember you have to write the row first and then the column. So 1 colon 2, as I want to access the first and second rows of 1 colon 3 columns starting from 1 and ending at 3. So I want 1 and 2 row of the 1, 2 and 3 columns. What will it print on the screen? That means 1 and 2 row of first, second and third column. So actually it will print this on the screen and the rest will be excluded. So now let's see how to concatenate vector to a matrix. For that we have a function and the name of the function is cbind. So let's say I have a matrix V and I have some vector, let's say W, and I want to add this W to the matrix V. What I will do is write K equals to cbind, name of the matrix which is V, and then the name of the vector which is W. So that's how it will be done. Now let's suppose if you don't have a matrix, then what will you do is that K is equal to cbind round brackets V, comma, and create the vector on the runtime. So that's how it will be done. So now let's see some examples in the R Studio. This is our matrix. Now let's access the value at third row and the second column. For that write U square brackets third row, comma, second column, and the answer is 13, as you can see here. Now let's print an entire row, for example the third one. So write U square brackets 3 comma and empty space. So the third row, which is 12, 13 and 14, will be printed. Now let's print an entire column, for example the second column. So U square brackets empty space, comma, and 2. So the second column will be printed. Now let's see the combination U square brackets 1 colon 2, comma, 1 colon 3. So as you can see, the first 2 rows of first 3 columns has been displayed here. Now let's add the vector to the matrix. T is equal to cbind round brackets U, comma, and the vector. Now write T and press enter. So you can see that we have successfully added the vector to the matrix, as our actual matrix has 3 columns and the new matrix will have the 4 columns. So one more column is added, which is a vector basically.